They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Some people. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Yeah. Back again. It's the Pharaoh and the Messiah doing it both ways. Or is it doing it twice ways? I'm not sure about the twice ways, but yeah. It is the Pharaoh and the Messiah. Um, hi peeps, hi people, hi guys. It's TP in the house. I'm back at it again. Let me close up. So this is gonna be a short one. Um, the last video I posted, I think it was about She Legit. A couple of, not saying that people are calling me cap, not that I give a fuck if people think I'm telling the truth or not. Like that's your own baby to deal with, how do I like to say it? I'm responsible for what comes out of this mouth or what comes out of this throat chakra, and you are the responsible one to I don't know. I need to cut that part out. But basically what I like saying is I'm responsible for what comes out of my mouth, and I'm not responsible for how you receive it. There, how you receive it, part of it is totally up to you. Screw that. I'm not even cutting any shit out. So the last video about She Legit, I basically mentioned, but in passing, I mentioned that I dream about things to come. Sometimes I dream about things that already happened, and yeah. So I think what got people fucked up. I'm tired. I think what got people fucked up is the fact that I said sometimes I dream about things that are gonna happen tomorrow. Sometimes I'm gonna dream about things that happen next week, and ever since I started taking shit legit, I would dream of things that would happen 6 months prior. Before it even happens, I would already know that such thing is gonna happen, and it specifically boils down to my own life experience and what I go through in life. You know. So I'm making this short video just to emphasize on that dream part and to give you a couple of examples of shit does really happen to me. Like I'm about that life. Like when I say that life is a dream, or not even life is a dream. How can I put it? Oh, today my phrases are off. Okay, let me put it like this. When will I be saying I'm living the dream? I'm talking about that dream. Like I'm for real be living a dream. Life is a dream, So let me give you a couple of examples. Yesterday, I'm talking about something that happened today, and I had no idea that it was gonna happen today. But yesterday I was in town. I was walking on my own, and I was passing. Those who know my town will know what I'm talking about. I was passing, or I was crossing the intersection here. Am I even allowed to say these words here? I was passing the intersection here, Price, going towards Price. So hona mo cornering eo ya Price, there were these two guys standing with cameras. You know how these cats be, like they wait for you to approach, and while you approach they be snapping a couple of photos. Once you get to them, then they show you what photos they took. And in the dream, I actually told the guy, I don't have cash on me, not today, maybe another day. And then he's like, okay, cool, Sharpo, thank you for your time anyways, and I continued about my business. So, oh, and other things happened in the dream that I'm not going to mention because it's not related to what I'm trying to say here. So you guys, is not related to what I'm trying to say here. So the rest of the stuff that goes on to happen in the dream, maybe they're still gonna happen, but I'm specifically focusing about these two guys. So today, when I wake up in real life, when I wake up, my mom sent me somewhere in town. But anyways, I was still gonna go to town because I was gonna be about my business, you know? And you know what's interesting about this whole thing to me anyways, not to anyone else, but to me, you know what's interesting about this thing is, ever since growing up in my town, I've never ran into those guys that taking photos for 10 rand and they send the photos digitally to your phone via WhatsApp, blah blah blah. I never seen guys like that. I don't even know, or I never knew that guys like that do exist in my hometown. You see? So that's the very interesting thing. So for me, when I woke up as a dream, I wasn't even thinking about it. I wasn't like, okay, someone's gonna take a photo of me. I wasn't even there. So I went about my business. I'm fixing my car, so I need a couple of parts. So I had to wake up very early before the hardwares could open, and so that I can get the parts. So I woke up with my son, and my son decided to gallivant with me in town. So I was like, ah, cool, come man, you can take along. So while we're busy gallivanting, I'm busy comparing prices. I'm basically checking for the lowest price. So from one hardware to the other hardware, along the way, my son is like, I'm hungry, dad. I didn't get breakfast, It's like, ah, cool, I'll grab you a burger. I'm not sure about calling all these franchises. But yeah, I told him, yeah, I'll get you a burger, and he's like, oh yeah, plus I love the burgers more than, and he also wanted a milkshake, so I got him burgers and fries with a milkshake. So on, he's the one that actually took us off course, because from one warehouse I was gonna go to the other warehouse, but then the franchise is on the other block. So we had to change our course just so I can get my son some burgers, fries, and a milkshake. Cool. So on our way to that franchise, this is where now these niggas started snapping photos at me. At first, I didn't see what they actually doing because I wasn't paying attention, and my attention or my focus wasn't on them. So I was on my phone at the same time I was looking at my son. Like, what is he doing in life? What is he looking at? So when I picked up my head to see what my son is looking at, only then I see that these guys are actually taking photos of me. Then I started laughing out loud because that's a deja vu moment. Like in my dream, two niggas were taking photos of me. Now in real life, I'm walking with my son, and two niggas are definitely taking photos of me. So I broke out loud. And I did stop and I did request to see the photos. The photos were fire! The photos were fire! Of course, I had cash on me. I paid him. He sent me the photos via WhatsApp. And that's now one perfect example of what I'm talking about when I say I believe in a dream. I dreamt about it the previous night before, and today it happened. As for the rest of the dream, it didn't happen. So I'm figuring it's still gonna happen sometime in the future. That's one example. The other example, let me see if I can just get maybe 2 or 3 days apart. Oh, that's easy. The other example, it was me and my friends. We were here at Skumba's Haven. Those that stay around my block will know what Skumba's Haven is. We were there having a picnic and we were drinking. And I think I dreamt about that the Monday. And that coming Saturday, I wasn't even planning to go because the weather wasn't looking okay. that Saturday, a friend of mine called me to convince me that we should all gather at Skumba's Haven. I was like, yeah, dude, but the forecast says 16% of rain. And it was pretty cloudy that morning, you know. But in the dream, like, everything is perfect. The sun is out, we in shorts. A couple of my friends were swimming, you know, and we were having a good time. The only thing I can't remember about the dream is if we were braaiing or not. But that Saturday, we ended up braaiing because my friend convinced me, like, hey, dude, today is a perfect day. So that's one of the things. Like, for me, I don't see it coming, but once I'm in the moment, because I really love living my life in the moment, like, I'm always caught up in the moment. I am a present being, or I am a present soul. So the more present I am, it's the more these waves of life is a dream are just hitting me, like, life is a dream, life is a dream, life is a dream, you know. So that's what happens basically. So that afternoon, yeah, I ended up being convinced, like, okay, I guess today I'm chilling with my friends and I'm drinking and I'm getting shit faced and, you know, I'm getting drunk. So we met up. I took a cooler box. We didn't have a brass stand. We got a brass stand when we got there, actually. And Dumisani is the one that actually suggested that we go get meat. You know, we went to our local butcher. We bought meat because the prices are very reasonable. We got meat. Okay, they got meat. Let me not even twist it up. They got meat. I didn't go to the butcher. Me and Tabo, we went to the bottle store. We went to go get the alcohol. Yeah, we went to go get the alcohol. We got there and everything was okay. When we got home, a couple of my guys, I think like two guys of mine, they didn't have shorts for swimming. So I ended up coming back home, getting the shorts, then we go in there. When we got there, it didn't hit me until we were all standing in the half moon capo formation and we all had our alcohols in the hand. So what clicked is, in the specific dream, Spanbani was holding a Ventuk draft. Spanbani was holding a flying fish. Spanbani was holding a Corona, you know. I think I can say those names, but yeah. So that's when it hit me hard, like, hey, I dreamt about this. So when that moment happened, just to me, it happens so often. I'm sure on a good day, it happens like 3 times in a day. 3 times in a day, I'll be hitting deja vu dreams that I've had way before. Some will be 3 weeks before, some will be like a day before, some will be like, but in one day, that's how freaky this shit is. So because I'm used to this thing happening to me, when it happens, I always think back to when was the dream. You know, I've had instances where I would mix up the dates because in the dream it looked like a specific day, but when I woke up, it was on a certain day. So in the future, when that dream happens, I get mixed up between what day it was in the dream and what day it was in this reality when I saw what is happening now at the current moment happening. You know? So I don't know if we get there, but yeah, that's how sometimes I mix up the dates. So when this happened that Saturday, I thought about it. I was like, hey, but not so long ago, I dreamed about this moment. And I was like, when was this? And it clicked. It was like, hey, this Monday, I dreamt about this. And I turned and I told my friend. That's what I always do. Like, this is way beyond deja vu. Like, deja vu is like catching yourself reliving a moment you've lived before, and that's what you call deja vu. But what I am having, I think it's I think sometimes I think it's way deeper than deja vu, because I've never read or I've never came across someone that would have like deja vu moments like 3 times in a day and with separate dreams. I call them dreams because I know I dream. You know, I know I dream. That's the thing with the deja vu moment. With a deja vu moment is not a dream. It's like an epiphany. When you have an epiphany, you know you were there before. you know, and you know it was in real life. It wasn't in a dream, it was in real life when you had that epiphany. So when that epiphany happens in the current present moment, that's a deja vu. But with me, I can't call what's happening with me a deja vu because I'm not having an epiphany. I see all these things in a dream. Like when I wake up in a dream, I know I'm dreaming because I am so used to my dream state that I know what's happening in the previous stages or in the early stages of me discovering this age. And I still need to tell you guys how I actually noticed that such things is happening to me. It took one very big dream for me to actually realize, oh shit, I'm living the dream, you know. Yeah, it's got something to do with my teenage years, and I was still attending school. So what I saw myself doing was 10 years ahead, you know. And when it happened 10 years ahead, that's when I was like, yeah, whatever is happening to me is the realest shit that has ever happened in my whole entire life. So yeah, so I can't call it a deja vu. So for the mere fact that I dream it before it happens, it can't be a deja vu, you know. I've went to churches. I won't say the different type of churches. Like you must remember, I'm raised Christian, so I've went on a couple of churches, you know, from the Catholics to the and the Yeah, so I've been to let me just say my whole entire Christianity life, because I ain't a Christian no more, but in my whole entire Christianity life, I've went to like 4 to 5 different churches or parts of the church, you know, because the church is one body. So I would say I went to 4 different types of parts of the church. So I've went to church and they've told me that basically I have a gift, or yeah, I am gifted. I'm spiritually gifted, and gifted thing obviously they will tell you like I'm a prophet, or ke a prophet, you know. It's a prophet. And they're pretty accurate actually. They come to think about it, you know, like thinking back about what I was told in church, they're very accurate. So I was told in church that no, I'm a prophet, and the prophet second comes in the form of a dream. In the form of a dream. I was like, whoa. And I think the latest one I went to, she told me, or the latest church I went to, she told me that it comes in the form of a church. No man, I'm mixing up my words. It comes in the form of a dream, but it's really not a dream. So I asked her, "What is it?" And she says, "It's a vision. It's a vision. They prophesy through me in the form of a vision." So I was like, "Yeah, but why do I see it as a dream?" And then she said, "Maybe it's because your spiritual eye is still kind of half closed, half open." So your spiritual eye can't discern what is a vision and what is a dream, and you know. So, and I asked her, well, on top of her saying that, I still asked her, so does that mean that I do dream? You know? She's like, yeah, like everyone normally dreams. It's just that with you, you can't separate what's a dream and what's a vision. So, the way she explained it to me is that a vision can still happen in your awake state. You don't have to be sleeping to get a vision, but it can still happen in your awake state. It's just a state you need to go to, just like a meditative state. It's just like a state you need to go into for you to start seeing these visions, you know. But she said it comes with a practice. So what she said made sense because I can't dream in my awake state. I have to be sleeping for me to be in a dream. I have to be out of this body, this vessel, for me to be in my dream state, because when I am in my dream state, I am in my light body, you know. Hence I see everything. I see color, I see I smell, I touch, I feel, I do all these senses that these senses in this physical body can do, you know. So that's what she told me, and I do believe her. Every person that has told me that I'm gifted and they've told me that I'm a prophet in that manner, I really do believe, you know. It's just that, oh my God, I need to go take a nap. It's just that I never got to be convinced to drain a certain force. Like, no, drain us, you know, we can use your gifts for this and this and this to help who and who. Or drain us so that you can use your gifts for this and this and this. Or drain this group. Like, I was never convinced to drain a certain entity for me to awaken my prophecy fully so that I can. The reason why is because by the time you get to awaken your abilities or your gifts fully to the extent, you always find yourself under someone's control. And once you are under someone's control, it means that they're using your gift for their own good or for their own benefit. So I never got convinced to join a certain group because they want to use my gifts for this and this and that. So nah, I never even gave them a chance, you know. I was told that hey, for you to access this gift, you need to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You need to do that. You need to slaughter for your ancestors. You need to for what? You need to what in this church? Like nah, I never did none of them, and my gift never went away. Instead, it got worse. You know, I know some of you are gonna say I have a calling, but it's not the first time people have told me that. You know, it doesn't even phase me anymore, cause for me it's not a calling. It will never be a calling. It's something I'm born with. I know I'm gonna get people that are gonna try to convince me otherwise. Trust me, you can give it your best shot. You can't even convince me of shit I am going through. It's shit that you are not going through. It's shit that I am going through. So you can never convince me of shit that I am going through. That hell no, it's not this. It's not what you think. It's this. Like nah. Don't even waste your time with me. You know. Don't. It's not even about time. Don't even waste your energy with me. So, yeah, let me not make it a long video. I'm already 25 minutes in.